Have it, guys. Azmows and Luzzu Legends. The bans from Luzzu Legends, I know Thresh is for Cobb. We also have the Sepion Ziggs ban. I'm glad it's finally getting the bans it deserves. We see Volibear banned against Iklexos, who's usually played Jarvan, but today he's playing Skarner, which is very interesting to me. Now Luzzu Legends are responding with Trundle. Trundle has been an extremely popular pick in Malta. Does no one pick AP carries in jungle today? Like there's Lilia, there's Elise, there's so many good picks you could go on jungle, but anyway, let me not go into a rant about junglers, but yeah, Skarner and Trundle here being covered, and Trundle is locked in. There's the Janna pickup as well. Janna very annoying for Skarner to find what he wants to do against Janna. So yeah, Luzzu Legends looking strong in the draft. Let's see what Azmows respond with. They could go for the support of their own, something against the Janna. Typically, we like to go the Blitzcrank maybe, or a better scaling support. Now Milio is banned. And we see the Zaya locked in. Is it gonna be Rakan? But I think Rakan does really not the best into Janna. Let's see what's it gonna be. And there's Morgana. Alright, interesting choice here against the Janna pickup. Azmows going with the Morgana for Cobb. We don't see Morgana picked all that often, so it's nice to see. Usually considered one of the weaker supports to have, just because her kit being so one-dimensional. Let's see a Meph next hover here by Luzzu Legends, and it does get locked in. So we have Janna and Meph Trundle. I'm not really sure as to how this synergizes all that well, but let's see. Going for like a disengage comp here against Azmows, while Azmows are kind of an SMNer both, I would say, so we should not have too many fights in my opinion, as both sides kind of have this disengage thing going on. But of course Azmows do have maybe a bit better engage with the Morgana Q lasting so long. If it does get landed, can give some go ahead for Skarner to ult maybe. Next bans here will be focused on mechanics Sepion with the Ambessa and Sharad ban from Luzzu Legends. We see Azmows here banning out the Ahri from X-Packs. We see a lot of heavy impact bans from Azmows against X-Packs, both with Vex and Ahri. What's the next and last ban here from Azmows? They could go with like a Syndra ban to completely shut down what X-Packs wants to do, and no, they go for the Galio, which is I guess very neutralizing mid lane. This could signal Azmows to wanting to go something like Syndra themselves, perhaps. I'm curious what mid lane champ Azmows pick here. Sepion usually likes his long range mages. Let's see, Luzzu Legends are thinking about it. There's the Vel'Koz hover from X-Packs, and we know he likes to play Vel'Koz, and he's a very good Vel'Koz player, if not the only one in Malta. It's nice to see the occasional champs being a bit different. Let's see here, next pickups from Azmows against the Vel'Koz mid from Sepion. What do we have here? I'd imagine something that can displace the ult. Does Sepion play Gragas, I wonder? Or am I cooking with the Gragas pick? Let's see. What does what does Sepion go for? He goes for the nothing pick. Aurora. Alright, so it's actually going to be Aurora that was picked up there. I'll try fix the graphic as well. And we see the Renekton pick from Azmows, so mechanics going for the Renekton pickup. A strong laner usually does well blind as well, so I'm curious how this goes for him. We see Cho'Gath being hovered here as the top lane pick of choice for Luzzu Legends. We've seen Ducky play the Cho before, and he does do a fairly good job with it. But no, it's going to be the Sion actually picked up next. And we know that Sion is of course a great champion to have in your pool at the current moment. So yeah, this is the pickups, guys. Who do you think wins? Poll will be coming up soon. Just want to fix the Aurora so that you guys have a fair shot at seeing who's gonna be played where. So yeah, that's the draft overall, and we will be getting ready. Let's talk a bit about the draft. Just need to quickly make a poll. Alright, so the draft is up as well. Okay, let's talk a bit about it. So, Azmows with the Aurora, with the Morgana, so they have a lot of mid-range control, right? It's very hard to get onto Azmows in that mid-range. Zaya can ult you as well. But Luzzu Legends kind of have it alright, because they're going to be sending in their Sion in the mid-range. And Vel'Koz has good range, Misfortune has good range. So I think if Luzzu Legends play it well, the Trundle is going to have a bit of a hard time. But overall they do have the tools to fight Azmows at their game. Let's see how it goes. Just in case we don't want anyone playing I Spy with my little eye. Something beginning with my junglers at Krugs. Oy, oy, oy. So yeah, we're not started yet. Stay tuned, stay tuned. This should be a good game for us to watch. If Azmows can get Sepion ahead on this Aurora, he's shown a lot of promise in this event. Both me and Brikun giving him an S tier in the Shizmite episode 15 podcast. We ranked every member of the PLAYCON tournament. So if you missed it, go check it out. If you care to hear what we think about what's going on. If there are any teams that want to give me a free jersey of their clan, I will happily wear it on one of the presentations. We have Eversio here, who've been a long-standing supporter, and I appreciate all their efforts they do in the scene. We're still not loading in yet, guys. I'll try my best to keep up all the yapping, but sadly you guys waiting for 2 minutes, you still have to wait more. Yeah, but I imagine potentially here, if Ducky Warrior doesn't get behind, it's gonna be a hard time for Mechanics to even play the lane, because one of Renekton's key strengths is being able to get the damage across, and if Ducky Warrior goes all armored or even the Bramble Vest, it will deny a lot of what Mechanics wants to do. On the flip side though, I imagine X-Pax or Shambles, both Misfortune and Vel'Koz getting strong. It will be very tough for Azmows to control. A Misfortune ult could literally melt their entire team. Skarner usually likes to build health and not resistances, so potentially Azmows could have some trouble in the front line if both Vel'Koz and Misfortune are allowed to deal so much damage to him before his engage even connects. Alright, seems like we're still having the trouble with the connection. Hopefully it gets resolved soon. And meanwhile, guys, what do you think of the draft? From what you've seen so far, who do you think wins this game? What are your pick'ems? We might have the game starting soon. Let's hope so. We can see in the chat that iClexos has reconnected and the game will continue, so let's hop on right into it. On fairly balanced grounds. So let's have it here. Luzzu Legends versus Azmows. A long-awaited game. We'll see who wins this. We'll get to decide what Group 2 looks like.
Just what I've always wanted. A whole lot of missiles.
Oh, we almost had everyone in the correct spots off the bat. Very nice. So yeah, like I said, this is the last game for Group 2. And tomorrow we will be having the last game of Group 1. So that should be the end of group stages. And we'll be moving on to the quarterfinals next week for the best of 3 Fearless Draft series. This will be very fun to watch. Stay tuned, guys. We'll have 2 weeks of action-packed games left, right and center. No doubt about it. We'll also try to show one more game that we missed out tomorrow as in a replay. Potentially one from High Roller. So let's see which one we can find. And meanwhile, let's wish good luck to both Azmows and Luzzu Legends. Both trying to prove themselves. This match means a lot for both sides. Group 2 has just been a wild card. A triangle formation of wins. Berserk beating Luzzu Legends. Luzzu Legends beating everyone else, but SKT beating Berserk. This game kind of will indicate who goes first, who goes second in the group stages. And the games begin here. We're already starting to see Sampo coming out of both mid and bot lane. Axpax drops the early ward. They will be able to spot where Iklexos starts off. Alright, back to the game. Hopefully no more issues. We might get a slight hiccup as the game tends to freeze whenever there's been an extended pause duration. Maybe, maybe not, but we are not watching a replay at least, so that's always a nice thing. Thanks to these days, I am watching at no delays at all. You guys have a 2-minute delay just to make sure it's all balanced. Sadly, we see Paddy there missing 2 CS. 07 to the CS. That could have been. Interesting choice for Ducky Warrior going for a first item Kal on the Scion. He's literally saying, I'm just farming. I will not engage you at all, Mr. Mechanics. But yeah, not every day you see the Kal start from any champion. It used to be a thing on AD carries, but not these days. And especially not on Scion. I've never seen that before. Xpax, a very consistent player, very well methodical and good positioning from him. Most times you see him play. You can see he's doing really well here to space out Sepion. And in the meanwhile, speaking of spacing, Ducky Warrior is just outclassing Mechanics at the moment, but the minions! Oh, the minions! Mechanics seems to have baited Ducky Warrior into that fight. No, I'm not saying that Kal start is bad, but just imagine if it was any other item there. I'm pretty sure Ducky Warrior would have gotten a kill onto Mechanics. Sadly though, not today. As we say to death. Mechanics gets away like Jack Sparrow in every Pirates of the Caribbean. Paddy trying his best here to get these last hits in. So far starting to see a slow and steady build of CS for Shambles. Shambles has shown decent wave control skills here. Most of the games we've seen him do a really good job at maintaining the wave and knowing when to push, when to aggress. Seems like Paddy does have a bit of trouble sometimes last hitting there, so pushing him into the turret. It's a good strategy to have. We see Rebinald putting out his first gank onto Mechanics here. We know Mechanics does not have flash. He goes in, he gets the first kill. Now with Sion's passive, Rebinald is able to take down Mechanics for the 1-for-1. But is it even worth it for Luzzu Legends? I'm not too sure about that. Rebinald recalling. Both junglers having a relatively slow start to their clears. See the first recall here from Rebinold, almost at the 4-minute mark. Klexos spotted on a ward. Luzzu Legends are aware he's in the bot side. Can also see some pings coming out here. Rebinold could be looking to gank the bot lane as Dragon is an available thing soon. We see some pings coming out here from Azmows. It does seem like they want to play up for this Dragon. Skarner actually going in for it, and it's gonna go completely unseen for Luzzu Legends. They are not aware that Azmows are taking Dragon at the moment. So a good timer for Klexos. Skarner has an okay-ish Dragon clear, especially when doing it solo. Nothing too spectacular, as you can see. He's already been a minute on it, taking it to half health. We see Cobb there going in to help him, but this does signal the rest of Luzzu Legends to come. And a sort of bait here. We see Rebinold stealing it away with a bite and smite, and this could be a really big disaster for Azmows. It's a shame that the support helping his jungler does signal Luzzu Legends to go there. And I'm pretty sure it would have been best for the support to go behind Dragon and to just chuck a W at best. So some things to consider when playing your own games, guys. Let's see here, sneaky Rebinold looking for a potential engage out of Sepion to be there to cover his own mid laner. He could find a nice pillar here. Sepion using the majority of his damage there onto X-Pax, but still holds on to his W. He gets over it, and now Rebinold is in a lot of trouble. The Aurora barely missing Rebinold. You see Mechanics is here, but he gets slowed as Ducky Warrior is also here to defend. And although the aggression was onto Sepion, it seems like he's the healthiest member that got out of that fight. As this does force X-Pax to recoil. He doesn't have teleports to cover his ground. This should give an advantage to Sepion in the mid lane. We also see Azmows wanting to contest these grubs. Once again, they are Luzzu Legends are unaware that grubs are being taken at the moment. First grub is down. Sepion is here to help. We see Rebinold is around here to hunt down the Mechanics. But Mechanics is ready. He goes in onto Fabianski. Rebinold falling low. Cobb assisting with the damage. Sepion flashes in. Rebinold flashes out. In the meanwhile, Klexos is taking the grubs. We see X-Pax coming up. And now there's a fight between X-Pax and Klexos. Mechanics gets the stun off, dashes in, gets Ducky Warrior. That's feats of warfare. And now Cobb and Sepion are on the escape. X-Pax falling low. Ducky Warrior manages to drop Cobb thanks to Sion passive. And we see an exchange here as 2 kills go onto the side of Azmows. 1 kill for Luzzu Legends. Grubs will also be secured for Azmows. So I think overall a great benefit here to Azmows. They also secure the feats of warfare, a very strong thing to have. And what looked like a potential Luzzu Legends domination is looking as a free game for Azmows. Let's see if they can continue on this tempo. The only real issue I have is in the bot lane at the moment. We have 20 CS ahead for Shambles. This misfortune is gonna hurt. Those ults really do come at a hefty price if you let misfortune get ahead. Sepion finds the damage onto X-Pax. An excellent play by Sepion, dodging all of what Vel'Koz wants to do, thanks to the mobility from his ult, and that's just what I'm saying. If Luzzu Legends ever go into that mid-range, it's Azmows' game here. And it gives enough space for Sepion to outplay the Vel'Koz there. We need to be playing with a bit more range, so that Aurora will have a hard time landing her stuff. Lucky Warrior yet to get some armor. We see Cobb and Puddy engaging in Fabianski. I'm not too sure at the minimal aggression there. We could have potentially taken this Janna out. We have all the tools. And now Rebinold is here. He could find Cobb. There comes the pillar, but the spell shield is good enough to take away the slow aspect of it. Huge damage from Shambles, and this is just what I'm saying. Puddy falls down low. And Klexos rethinks the engage there. It seems like both teams are playing for this dragon, but it's yet to spawn. And there it is. Alright. Rebinod looks for Klexos. He forced the flash. The Skarner E comes off cooldown there, so Skarner is in a very low state of health. Potentially Azmows can't really contest this Drake despite being ahead at the moment. The bot lane is a different story altogether. Without mechanics, Azmows are looking at a rough game at the moment. Luzzu Legends really like this dragon actually. They have two semi-tanky champions there with Trundle and Sion, and it will still benefit the shields that Fabianski gives. Giving that extra resistances will help the shields last a bit longer. Oh, a lot of damage coming out of Sepion, thanks to the gank there by Klexos and Cobb. X-Pax having no chance of survival there. And we're seeing the Aurora getting ahead here. That's definitely something to be scared of. This champion is menacing. Such a strong champion in capable hands. Can deal a lot of damage with a very small advantage. That's the majority of her strength. We see Rebinol trying to salvage the current moment. He drops the pillar, but the mobility of Aurora is just too much for him to handle. He's very close to it, but Sepion with an interesting exchange on the bush there manages to dodge Rebinol's movement. And now Rebinold flashes away. He's falling very low. Sepion gets cleaved by Ducky Warrior. A shutdown for Ducky Warrior. Expects ults. Mechanics falling low, goes into Rebinold, and Rebinold falls. As Mechanics playing the Renekton matchup excellently. And he walks away like a happy crocodile. Steps in for the Vel'Koz Q. Dodges the Vel'Koz E. But seems like Klexos got baited by all this, as he was not aware of his own positioning. He falls down low, but he does manage to E out. A lot of action happening in the top side, considering no objective is able to be taken at the moment. We see Shambles also getting a bit pressured here by the Azmows bot lane. We see a lot of support coming out for Sepion, and I have to agree he's doing excellently in this match. Sepion has been a dark horse in this event. No one knows him, because most people are from a newer time. But this guy is the GOAT. He's been the GOAT. He's even won some tournaments before. So yeah, watch out for Sepion, guys. We'll have to wait and see how he does. Into people like Living, into people like Starforger as well, into people like Drakur. Let's see how the quarterfinals work out for Sepion. And in the meanwhile here we see Klexos trying to find a pick here as Rebinol flushes away, dodging the Skarner ult. And then the top side, similar action here as Mechanics takes down Ducky Warrior, and he manages to just barely get out from the Sion range. X-Pax falling low, and there it is, the last auto attack from Sepion finishes the deal. Looking like an Azmows domination at the moment. And Luzzu Legends, one of the stronger teams of this event, look like not even a problem for Azmows. Even the bot lane, despite Puddy being a bit behind in the CS department. No real kills going on to the side of Luzzu Legends. Oh, there's the ult from Shambles. Buddy falling low. I really like the discipline here from Sepion, always keeping his W for the pillar. And there's a lot of mobility coming out of this champion. Icluxos is here to CC Rebenold. And there comes the damage as Sepion finishes off with the last tick. Sepion honestly playing this match perfectly. Him and Mechanics are really outshining their members on Azmows and taking them to all new heights thought impossible to reach before. We see Cobb and Puddy trying to remain afloat here as Shambles and Fabianski continue to push the lead, being the only advantage that Luzzu Legends has in this match. Currently up 40 CS, it's no joke. No joke at all. The question is, will Mechanics on his Crocodile be enough for Azmows, as I anticipate a lot of damage from him coming soon, especially against this Misfortune. And there it is, the first turret is secured for Azmows. Sorry, for Luzzu Legends, my bad. So now it's all up to the objectives. If Luzzu Legends gets one more objective, they will get defeats. And it seems like it might happen here. We have a race between the Dragon and Herald. But I think it's not gonna matter at all, because all Luzzu Legends have to do is take this. And there's feats secured for them. That's first turret and 3 objectives. It was looking good for Azmows to pick up the feats, but it won't be the case. They are simply one objective behind at the moment. Rebenold knows that these camps are up and takes them with joy. We see Icluxos similarly here doing the same things around both sides. Sepion caught in a bit of trouble checking their own camps, and they do find Rebenold. Xpax walks in a bit of an awkward position there. Sepion gets a lot of damage onto him, falls down low. The Morgana Q from Cobb lands the killing strike for Sepion. He's on a killing spree. And now Mechanics runs Ducky Warrior down. I'm really interested as to the option here, not taking the Bramble Vest and going for the Heartsteel on Scion. A full farming build here for Ducky Warrior. Mechanics seems to be playing the game on Earth. He's just chucking abilities left, right and center. Let's see here, potential fight in the top side. Sepion is here to help Icluxos. Rebenold is forced off. A lot of damage coming out of Rebenold, but he's very squishy. We see Xpax is here with the teleport. Icluxos falling low. There's a massive Vel'Koz out. A shutdown onto Xpax. And now Sepion's in a bit of trouble here. Shambles finishes it off with the ult. A massive pickup here for Luzzu Legends. Rebenold falls in the meanwhile, but we have a shutdown onto Shambles and a shutdown onto Xpax, pushing their goal leads even further. Especially Shambles here, sitting at the 7k mark, which is a bit insane. He's almost the highest gold attributor to this game. We see Mechanics leading the pack here with 8k. And surprisingly enough, Ducky Warrior with 7.5k is the second highest gold earnings of this match, despite having 50 CS less than what Shambles has. He must have gotten a lot of plating. I don't know what's going on with that gold counter. But yeah, maybe the 2 kills speak for themselves. Let's see here, we want to see a bit more crit coming out from Shambles here to melt the Azmows members. Meanwhile, we see Black Cleaver being completed here on Mechanics and Sepion finishing his Storm Surge. They are the first two units to have 2 items. Well, there's also Ducky Warrior with his Sunfire Cape, but these are relatively cheap in comparison here. We see Mechanics in a bit of trouble here. 3 members of Luzzu Legends are around. The pillar goes down, and in classic Mechanics fashion, caught a bit out of position in the side lane, but he manages to get 1 kill But it's not all for naught. So it's 1 for 1, but a shutdown for Rebinald. But this does signal for the rest of Azmows to start this Atakan. It is time for Atakan. And Luzzu Legends are nowhere around to contest it. As an exchange though, Luzzu Legends are happy to take the mid lane tier 1 turret. And it seems like Ducky Warrior will be pushing into the bot lane tier 2. So a lot of gold here will be going for Luzzu Legends. This is more of what I like to see teams do, sort of understanding their position in the map and taking the better objective here. That's approximately, what, 1.5k gold generated for Luzzu Legends in exchange for Atakan for Azmows. A lot of things to consider. In fact, if you look at the gold difference here, 36k, Luzzu Legends are actually leading the gold despite being down 7 kills. And there it is, Iklexos can't even engage. We see him falling to the Misfortunate, but similarly Sepion deleting Fabianski faster than I can see it. And on the side there we did not see it, but Rebinald also fell to a combination of Mahanix, Paddy and Cobb. Xpex is low. Mahanix is giving chase. Ducky Warrior on the side is around half health. This could be the time that Azmows take the mid lane tier 1 away from Luzzu Legends. Let's see Azmows actually complete the recall instead. And we see the turret is being attacked viciously by Mahanix and it will be taken down, negating a bit of the earlier push that Luzzu Legend put out. This does put the game at a bit of a stalemate until the 25-minute mark. I highly doubt Luzzu Legends will be able to push further than that tier 2, and I highly doubt they will be getting a topside play. So before Baron, I don't see how Luzzu Legends can push further. In the meanwhile though, I would expect Azmows to be able to find the play and try and get maybe a tier 2 or this next dragon. Let's see, this could be a big fight that determines the game and in what direction it goes. We don't have Misfortune ult, which is a big ult for Luzzu Legends not to have. We see the first top lane turret going down. And it seems like Luzzu Legends are happy to give up this dragon. It's only a second Drake, it's only a crowd Drake for Azmows, it's not a big deal. And we see on the side lane, Ducky is actually taking tier 2. And meanwhile a big fight ensues here. Xpex and Shambus have used their ults. And it seems like Luzzu Legends are out of juice as Azmows pick up Rebinald. Ducky Warrior teleports in, but as mentioned, Luzzu Legends seemingly don't have any more power in their bank. Ducky Warrior falls as well. So it's 3 kills for Azmows, a dragon on top, and nothing for Luzzu Legends. Completely devastating to watch if you're a Luzzu Legends fan. I hope you picked Azmows in your pick'ems, guys. Azmows are looking like a completely new team today, extremely organized. Very well in their decision making, playing together, especially Sepion and Mahanix. Paddy himself as well, great positioning. Despite being down in CS, he's not gone down a singular time. He's showing great bravado on this Zion. Oh no, I did not see that, guys. Sepion went down. Azmows, are they good at closing out games? They're giving away their tempo just before Baron here, which is not a great thing. Sepion A very crucial, strong damage dealing member of the Azmows clan. Let's see here, Ducky was trying to push the top side, but Azmows are on top of things. They do find him, and they do potentially take him down. Look at him, he's chasing down Cobb. A lot of damage for a tank. He does go down, there's the Morgana binding. Ducky Warrior will fall just before this Baron. You see Sepion returning to the bot lane as he does have teleport. He will happily push out this lane before going for the Baron. Let's see, this Baron is a big deal. We see both sides respecting one another, not really wanting to give out any advantage to either. A bit of a risky Raptors here for Iklexos, considering what's available on the board. We didn't talk about this map. Mechanics goes Blade of the Ruined King third here, just to challenge Ducky Warrior on the sideline. A big health stacker, Ducky Warrior, with his Scion. We see Mechanics potentially in some danger before this Baron. This could be a very bad sign for him to be taking a fight. He tries to find Shambles, the flash is blown. Mechanics trying his best to deter another member here from Luzzu Legends. Similarly though, on the other side of the map, Azmows take down X-Pax. But this could be a Baron for Luzzu Legends, because Sepion is low and all members are on the opposite side of the map. This looks like a free Baron, guys. It's falling very low. It's at 12k now, already reached 10 by the end of that sentence. We see Azmows rushing to it, they're running, the teleport comes out, Sepion trying to find the space. They don't have Aurora ult, which could be a big deterrent. The Baron's at 2k health. It's falling low and it does get smited away. Luzzu Legends takes the Baron. And they manage to disengage with the Trundle Pillar. I'm not sure about Rebinald's recall here. That's very questionable. I'm not sure what was going through his mind. He does get Morgana ulted. He flashes away. The Janna Tornado could deter them just a bit. Oh, he dodges right into that Morgana Q. And down goes... No, he does not go down. The move speed buff from Janna passive and Trundle W is enough to get him to glide away casually from the Azmows comp. Wow, what a game, guys. Such a back and forth game. Despite being down 10 kills, Luzzu Legends are ahead by 1k gold. Crazy, crazy. And I bet when you're in this game as Luzzu Legends, you'd be thinking, wow man, we're so behind, you know, like it's impossible. But they're ahead in gold. So yeah, watch out for these games. Iklexos taking a lot of damage, so does Ducky Warrior. X-Pax finds the range. Finally, a team fight for Luzzu Legends where they use range to their advantage. They don't go in the mid-range, and this is exactly what was predicted in the draft. If X-Pax and Shambles find the range, I don't think Azmows have a way to get on top of them, on top of Luzzu Legends, to cover the distance. And it looks like Luzzu Legends are actually looking for a game-winning push here, or potentially an inhibitor and walking away. I don't know. They're pushing. Mechanics is here. Puddy is here. Mechanics goes in. Rebinald falls low. And Rebinald goes down. There's Sepion's ult. A lot of damage. X-Pax falls. See Ducky Warrior almost falling as well as Shambles walks away casually. Sepion still trying to find a pick here. But thanks to the Baron buff and thanks to the inhibitor going down, Luzzu Legends will be giving Azmows a hard time to get a push in. This is looking like a tough match for Azmows. They were in the driving seat, but they were not sure how to continue to extend it and to take away the victory. So far though, it's looking like Luzzu Legends are a lot more calm, cool, collected and focused on the game-winning plays. I think Rebinold has a lot to do with these shots. I really like how X-Pax is playing as well here, finding good positions to make his ultimate. Shambles showing a dominance in the AD carry position all over Group 2 in general. Let's see here, Mechanics and Ducky Warrior, the fight of the century. It's been going on all game. Meanwhile, Iklexos finds Shambles in the mid lane and it does look like Shambles goes down. Ducky Warrior instantly ults to the mid lane, but he has to curve out. They don't want to take this fight. Mechanics happy to bring Ducky Warrior very low. This Blade of the Ruin King purchase was excellent to help him take down the tanky Ducky Warrior. Look at that health regen. And there it is, Mechanics pushing the tier 2 bot side. Ducky teleporting in. A lot of plays across the board. Sepion finds a beautiful Aurora ult across the wall. Managing to escape Trundle's Rebinold's passage there. Meanwhile, Iklexos and Mechanics find Ducky Warrior. They do get the stun off. Ducky Warrior falling low, but is it enough? Mechanics continues the aggression. He goes in, he dashes out, he's falling low. One more turret shot could take him down, but no, he stands alive. Meanwhile, Ducky Warrior is using his passive to deter them from the turret. Shambles is here too. A lot of back and forth. This could be one of the longer games we have in the series, as both sides don't want to give up. They're equal in gold as well, and seemingly equal in skills across the board. We do see Azmows starting to pull ahead a bit in the gold department. Nothing too crazy, but it is something. There we go. First fight here, Sepion finds Fabianski. This next fight could position them for a good Baron as well, as Baron will soon be coming up. Mechanics and Ducky Warrior taking out their frustrations on one another there in the bot side. Alright. Rebinold flashes the Morgana ult. That's Cobb without an ult before this Baron, but Rebinold does not have flash to potentially steal the Baron, and he cannot over-engage. Mechanics here is finding a lot of damage onto Ducky Warrior. Ducky Warrior forced to ult and ghost away. Meanwhile, Azmows starting up the Baron. It's a 10k health. Rebinold has no way of going into that pit. Mechanics drops Ducky very low, but it will be a 1-for-1 in the bot side. Oh, we see Baron smited away as Rebinold gets the smite steal. Sepion finds a lot of damage. Puddy gets engaged on. See a nice flash there by Puddy. Sepion trying to run away from Rebinold, and he does manage to get away. Rebinold been on point with these smites as well. Looking very difficult to get a smite off against him. Iklexos needs to challenge himself to a couple of rounds of smite off against Rebinold. Alright guys, forgive me but this game is a bit slow, as both sides are fairly equal we've seen, and they definitely don't want to throw a match. The Cloud Soul though going to Luzzu Legends, it's a tricky one. Really all members of Luzzu Legends just keeping them afloat. Shambas with his damage, X-Pex with some great ults, Rebenold securing these objectives. Every member of Luzzu Legends is just pulling his weight from the rough early mid game they had against Azmows. Mechanics here gets targeted as 4 members of Luzzu Legends are here. The pillar forces the flash, but Rebenold finds the kill. 2 ults, 3 ults used to take down Mechanics. But my question is now, what do Luzzu Legends do? We literally have no more juice. I mean, Mechanics was strong, but I mean, so is Sepion, right? He has 4 items now, fully stacked Dark Seal. Lexos finds Rebenold. There's the ult from Aurora. Sepion does a lot of damage, but immediately after Azmows are backing off. Luzzu Legends have Ducky Warrior in the front line. The tower goes down. Rebenold tries to find a play onto Paddy, but he's falling low. Ducky Warrior also finding some Heartsteel stacks. Lexos first to fall. Sepion falling low. A lot of damage. Oh no, Azmows. What happened? They're getting wiped out. Sepion is the last standing here. Flashes forward but falls. Another ult from X-Pax, and this looks like a game for Luzzu Legends to take. Who expected this? Luzzu Legends complete macro domination. Very well played here from the Luzzu Legends.